Hi guys, Sim here. I've been thinking about something that happened a few days ago. I was at a comedy show. I paid to get in. I sat down and enjoyed the show. It was a great show, except there was one lady sitting in the front row who kind of kept interrupting the comedians. The comedians dealt with it very expertly. I thought they handled it really well. After a few disruptions, she was asked to leave the comedy club, and I was really glad because as a paying member of the audience, I really wanted to listen to what the comedians had to say. I wanted them to do their sets. I didn't really pay money to go and watch them handle a heckler for like an hour and a half. Some people are more chatty than others, and that's nothing wrong with that. If you're one of these people, I encourage you to go ahead and talk to the comedians, but after the show, while they are on stage, you know, let them do their thing. Sometimes the comedian might talk to you, and that would be a good chance for you to talk back, go crazy, right? But there'll be other times when a comedian is actually telling a story, trying to set up a joke, and at those times, don't insert yourself into the act. If you realize you have a pretty chatty personality and you're at a comedy show and it is not the appropriate time to let that out, rein it in a little bit, you know? I'm not saying don't talk at all, but be aware that there are other people at the show and they have no interest in watching a long dialogue between you and the comedian. So after she left, the lady hung around outside the comedy club pleading to be let back in, and she told one of the comedians who was going in and out of the club, she said, hey, I wasn't being rude, I was just heckling. Now this is not the first time I've heard people say this. It seems that there are people who think that heckling is okay or heckling is something to be proud of, and generally speaking it's not. I do know that there are comedy clubs where people go specifically to heckle the comedians, and at those shows the comedians they're prepared. They have like a whole bag of tricks. They have like a whole bag of put downs ready to unleash on the audience, and it's all in the name of fun, and it's great. And if you like that kind of show, go to those kind of shows. But also be aware that there are other comedy shows where people expect to hear jokes. In fact, I would say the majority of comedy clubs around the world do not encourage heckling. Many clubs have a strictly no heckling policy. So when you're at one of these places, just don't ruin it for other people. You can enjoy a comedy show without talking. I've seen people do it. I'm just gonna end this thing by saying, yeah, just enjoy the shows. We'll see you guys at the shows. And to the lady who was asked to leave that comedy show, I hope she gets to go to more comedy shows, and I hope she learns how to enjoy it more quietly. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Thanks.